Hi, I'm Carl Schilling, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Advocacy Network, and I'm so glad to be with you here again today. As usual, I want to speak to you about our mission on financial independence. It's truly a mission. Many years ago, they showed a study at Harvard University where they asked a group of 1,500 business students what they were going to do when they graduated and had their masters in business, and they were going to um, either they would pursue money or they would pursue a mission and allow money to come to them. So after 20 years, they went back and checked out how many millionaires were created based upon that. And in that group, there were over 250 millionaires created out of the 1,500 or so uh, participants. And lo and behold, 249 of those millionaires came from the group that said they wanted to have a mission. Only one came from the other portion. And by the way, 1,250 said they would chase money and pursue money, and only one of the 1,250 became a millionaire. The other 250, 249 became millionaires. That's really staggering. So it does go to prove something, one about financial independence, and it also goes to prove something about your pursuit. So what we have at Advocacy is a mission, and our mission has always been to eliminate all forms of financial victimization, whatever they are, scams, fraud, predatory sales tactics. And to date, we've done that very successfully because we've saved the public over $7.5 million. Now, the other thing, we do that through creating awareness. We're going to talk a little bit about that briefly in this presentation. And at the end, also um, providing financial literacy education. And we do that for free at all times, so through workshops. And lastly, we want to help people become financially independent. And that's what I'm going to speak to you about today. It's that portion of the mission to get you to be financially independent. Now, I'm going to share with you some numbers, and what we like to say is by the numbers. So we are the wealthiest nation in the world, bar none. Some say we're the wealthiest nation that ever existed in the civilization of mankind. Now, frighteningly, we have the highest rate of financial illiteracy in the world as well. So you see that little Mr. Bill, oh no, that can't be. But if we look at the numbers, here's some numbers. 95%. That's how many people reach age 65 and older and end up at best financially dependent at best. There's a percentage that are dead or dead broke, totally. But it's 95% combined, and at best, they are financially dependent. Now, another study has shown 77% of our working force today live from paycheck to paycheck. That means that they have zero emergency fund or zero money put away. They're just living from paycheck to paycheck. That's almost a little more than 3/4 of the population. Now, this gives you an idea of just about why these conditions exist. But if you look at that last number, on average, $108,000 is the amount of money that people spend and waste into the future by paying their amortization loans. So they lose, on average, $108,000. Now, those are dollars that never get used for your own future welfare. So you can never use them to accumulate. Remember, there's only two things money can do when it comes to interest. Money either pays interest or money earns interest. And when you look at the 95% who end up financially dependent, the reason that number is so great and so high is because people never, ever get to earn interest. They're always paying interest. So we're trying to show you the first step to financial independence is to stop paying that interest. So let's look at these stages, and this is really something that happens to the entire society. It's not just about money. This is in all facets of life. But I'm just talking to you today about money, smart decisions about money, as it were. People start in a state of unawareness for the most part. The vast majority, this is why 95% end up financially dependent. The vast majority are just simply unaware. In other words, they don't know what they don't know, and they don't know that they don't know. So in that situation, it's impossible to ever know what it is you don't know because you're never seeking it and you never find it. Now, the next level is aware. These are people who've become aware. And after today, and I do this little presentation, you will be in this bracket. You will be aware of certain things that I've told you today. So you'll know that there's something out there you didn't know. And even if you did know it, you'll know it maybe from a little different angle. But they simply know and found out that there's something they don't know. Now, awareness is the next level up. And awareness means that people not only know that there's something they don't know, then they're going out to find out what it is they don't know, but they've also used it. They've used it to their own benefit. They have used knowledge successfully for themselves. That's awareness. And the next level is wisdom. Very few people reach into that category because that requires ongoing, lifelong learning, a consistent approach to constantly wanting to expand your awareness, but at the same time, trying to help others with it. So you are not just aware, have strong awareness, but you are now helping others gain awareness, and then hopefully they can become leaders as well with wisdom. And at the top of this whole thing, if you follow this stairway, you reach independence, because independence means that you can do what you want, go where you want, be who you want, see who you want, be around the people you want, and do all the things that you desire because you are independent, fully independent. Now, that requires wealth, ultimately, because if you're going to get independent and be able to get away from certain things and certain things controlling your life, you're going to have to be able to make smart decisions about money and become financially independent. That means gaining a certain amount of wealth. Now, too many people in our society believe this is not attainable. Remember, we live in the richest nation in the world, some say in history, right? Therefore, wealth is always attainable for everybody. It's not a matter of education, who you know, what you know. It's really not. It is a matter of how effectively you use the things that you've learned, and you continue to learn and you continue to gain knowledge. Those are important aspects, but it's more important that you use it properly as opposed to just knowing it. So here are the 3 steps to guaranteed financial independence. We've built a program called the Middle Class Millionaire Plan, but we are primarily focused on step 1, okay? Step 1, as you've seen in all of the other materials and everything else we discuss, step 1 is to stop losing money in the future. If you remember, the financial literacy lesson on that is the fact that when you borrow money, you are taking your own money from the future. Those are unearned dollars that you have yet to earn, but it's your money. It's not the bank's money. It's not the credit card carrier's money. Yes, they provide the capital, but it's your money. So if you understand that, you realize you're taking money from the future out of your own pocket, and the penalty for that, which is fine because you're trying to increase your lifestyle and life experience, the penalty for that is that you pay interest. Only 2 things you can do with interest: pay interest or earn interest. While you're paying interest, you have no opportunity to earn interest. So therefore, you want to shorten the cycle of you paying interest so that you're not continually losing dollars into the future. Now that is simply comes down to structured how you manage your money today, how you properly use your money so that you're going to pay the least amount of interest possible. And that's where step 1 comes in. That's Prospeo. You simply have a software program that automates it all for you, doesn't ask you to use a dollar more. It simply helps you manage the money you have now so that you can effectively pay the least amount of interest possible into the future, get to the point where the debts are totally eliminated, and therefore now you get to earn interest. And those are dollars you put together. So the next step in that is to help you eliminate the monthly payment, which we show you, and then basically come down to a strategy on whether you are going to simply go the long game and move towards financial independence with everything else we do as a financial concierge for you, or you're going to come into our third step guaranteed for financial independence, which is showing you how to create the funds to create an infinite banking plan for yourself. But those are far down the road, because all we're talking about here is you have to take the first step. So step one is the key in anything you do. So here is step one. Step one is very transparent. It's very right up front. Basically, Prospeo is $249.95 one-time payment, includes your first month, and then it's $69.95 a month thereafter. That's your first step to financial independence. Now, you can go out to the trivested.com/advocacy-BZ, which you see right there, and you could do two things, I think, that would really help you. One, watch the testimonials. The testimonials are people just like you. They're the same kind of people you socialize with, the people in your family and friends, the people you work with. They are identical to you in the socioeconomic world, and therefore they are really, really good, ideal reflections of what could happen for you. So watch the testimonials, and they'll tell you why they got involved in Prospeo and what made the difference for them and what it's doing for them. Then there's a calculator there, which you can put in live information, real information about your debt, and put in that information, and that calculator will show you how much you can save. Remember now, from the studies of Prospeo and all the people who've used Prospeo in the past, on average, they have saved $108,000 over the lifetime of canceling those debts. That's $108,000 that they now are going to get to use for their own benefit. So to earn interest on. So the first step is Prospeo. That is what you want to make sure that you are involved in, okay? Now, I wanted to make sure that today we just simply gave you that very, very brief overview so that you could see that and understand why it's so important to take the first step. As they always says, the old adage that, you know, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. And let's make no mistakes about it. Financial independence is a journey. It is not an overnight event. It's a journey. Now, there are ways to shorten the journey so you can become financially independent at any age. You don't have to wait till the fourth quarter of life to become financially independent. However, there is no financial independence while you continue to pay interest. The longer you pay interest is the longer you don't have the ability to earn interest on those dollars. So if you want to reach financial independence, the first step always is to stop paying interest. The only way to do that is to gain control and figure out how to shorten the cycle of amortization, which is the greatest victimization in our society. So we shorten the cycle. Prospeo will do that for you. It's a very simple software in the sense of how it works. That being said, it's very complex and complicated, not something that you would probably mathematically do on your own. However, it's not the only first step. The first step is to stop paying interest into the future, but we found Prospeo to be the best solution. It is the easiest solution, the one that you can put into play for yourself, fully automated, stop losing money into the future, start to earn interest on your own dollars, and therefore become financially independent. Remember, only 5% of the population becomes financially independent, and it's because they are unaware of these very, very important financial literacy issues. It's always about smart decisions about money. So today, hopefully, I have helped enlighten you on a smart decision about money, but go out there to trivested.com/advocacy-BZ or call me, 321-947-3220. Let's discuss why the first step is so important and get on that pathway so that we can show you the additional steps. I can help you as a financial concierge. In my advocacy network, we have financial concierges all over the country who are ready, willing, and able, and they will work closely with you because your best interest is our only concern. When you partner with us, you have a financial concierge whose same goal is yours, same as you. They want to be financially independent. You want to be financially independent. You work together and gain financial independence. Thanks again. I'm Carl Schilling. It's been wonderful to be with you again today. And I look forward to you taking the first step and getting yourself involved in becoming financially independent.